I think we've probably hit this, what the advantages of our Section 7 representation agreement. Certainly, Section 7 representation agreements in the literature that I've read are viewed quite favorably across Canada, and I think even in the international community, as this is a beautiful supported assistance model. The Representation Agreement Act talks about consulting with the adult, following their wishes if they're able to state them, or if they can't state them, their previous wishes if known, and the best interest of the adult being the last part of the test. So I think it's a very good way forward. It's a great instrument for that. It's certainly a very low-cost instrument, and it keeps you out of a court proceeding that lacks privacy and that can get quite expensive. Did you want to weigh in on that?
I think it's just important here for families to just reflect on what a Section 7 agreement does and what it doesn't do, and in this context, because although it does enable great things and it empowers and it provides the ability to have that supportive decision making, it has its limits as well, and it's not intended to be broad-reaching, far-reaching, where there are substantial assets or where there are major healthcare decisions that need to be made. I mean, I think that's the important thing, is for families to focus on the Section 7 agreement being intended for really those routine financial, legal, and healthcare related decisions, and that test for capacity is a much lower test than those other vehicles, such as a power of attorney or a representation agreement, which are in fact the de facto vehicles that hopefully exclude the need for committeeship. So I think it's important for families to understand the relationship of all of these vehicles, to understand what they mean, and if they don't have that clear knowledge, to get that knowledge before they embark on whatever course of action. So when your sons or daughters are turning 19, it's important to do your diligence and to go to the public guardian and trustee website, understand what is committeeship, review these materials, go to the NIDIS registry, which provides amazing and excellent support around representation agreements. Come to Angela and FSI, their team, who also do a lot of work in this area, an amazing resource that is available for families. So use that knowledge as a foundation, so that when you're contemplating planning for that loved one with a disability or a diminished element of capacity, that you're considering the various vehicles and recognize the advantages and the disadvantages of all of these vehicles, but also understand that committeeship is intended to be really that last resort option. And when we embark on that, it is the last resort. And with that comes some stringent requirements, a stringent test, and ultimately a cost that I think we want to justify as well. And as a practitioner, when I'm asked to develop a committeeship application, there's a certain onus on lawyers as well as officers of the court to provide knowledge as well to a prospective client that might be considering one of these vehicles, to enable them to have a foundation of knowledge before they make really big decisions.